Hi, my name is Toyosi Labeodo. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to earn extra points for relative under the Express Entry. When you're applying to the Express Entry, you can earn extra 15 points when you claim or when you have a relative in Canada. Definitely not everyone would have a relative in Canada, so everyone cannot actually get these points. But for you to claim these points, there are things that you must do and there are criteria that you must meet. So we're going to discuss those criteria today. IRCC says if you want to claim points for everything in Canada, the person must be your brother or sister. For the person to be your sister or your brother, it can be related to you in 3 ways. And I'm going to talk about those 3 ways now. The first way the person can be related to you is by being your blood brother or sister. So if you have someone that you share the same father or mother, or you share the same mother, or you share the same father, that person is your blood brother or sister. You can get those points when you have such relatives in Canada. If the person also is your half brother, you can also claim those points. That's the first category. The second category is if you have someone that relates to you through adoption. So if your parents adopted a child, that person too is your brother by adoption. Definitely they must have the documents to prove that the person was adopted legally. That's how you can actually claim points for that. The third option that we have is relation by marriage. And what do I mean by this? If your parents were previously married, or maybe one of your parents was previously married and he or she has a child in the previous marriage, and the person is currently married to your dad or your mom, they are both married right now. The child that they had in their previous marriage is also your step brother or sister. So you can also claim points for this kind of relationship. So in summary, the 3 categories of relationship that you can use is 1, by blood, 2, by adoption, and 3, by marriage. I'm aware that in many cultures we call ourselves brothers and sisters, and some of us, because we have had relationship with people for so many years, we assume they are brothers and sisters. For IRCC, or if you are applying to the Express Entry, this kind of relationship does not qualify as a brother or sister relationship, so you cannot earn points for that. Some people also come and tell me my uncle's son is in Canada, he's my brother. Yes, it's my brother. My uncle was not at training. No. Your uncle's son is not your blood brother or sister. It could be your cousin or other relatives. You cannot claim points for your uncle's son or your uncle's daughter. You can only claim points for the categories I spoke to you about. One other thing you also need to understand is when you are claiming points for relative, the relative too must meet some minimum criteria. One of those criteria is that the relative must be 18 years and above. So if you have a relative in Canada who is less than 18 years, you can't claim points for that. The other condition is that the relative must be a permanent resident of Canada or a citizen of Canada. If you have a relative who is on a temporary resident visa, you cannot claim points for relatives. So if you have someone who is in Canada on a work permit, or maybe student visa, or even tourist visa, or visitor's visa, as the case may be, you cannot claim points for relatives. I've had many people come to me previously and they told me they have a brother in Canada who has been there for 6-7 years. When you put them for that, you realize that the person does not have any status. They just said he's been living there, but when you ask them, they will tell you that the person said they can't give them documents. That can be used. You cannot write that you have a relative there who is out of status. That will disqualify you. Because the person cannot give you documents. The person cannot actually give you documents that you're going to use to back up your applications. So any relative you are writing in your application form must be willing and able to give you documents, his documents to show that is actually a permanent resident of Canada or a citizen of Canada. It's always good not to try to misrepresent. The reason why it's better not to do this is because if you are caught misrepresenting yourself, you can be banned for as long as 5 years, and this will spoil your immigration history. So you are always advised not to try to misrepresent these facts, and it's good to always be truthful about it. Don't try to claim a relative that you do not have. When you claim a relative, you need to provide documents. One of the documents they always ask you for is one of the documents you can use to prove that you're related to someone is your birth certificate. The person will bring his own, you will bring your own. When you submit your IRCC, they will check it and they will say that you have a common parent. Maybe your father, both of you have the same father, or both of you have the same parent, mother, or both parents have the same. The evidence will be there in the birth certificate. So it's always good not to misrepresent this, so you end up not getting a ban of 5 years. I will encourage you to leave your comments below. I also want to encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can receive other posts that we're going to post on Canada immigration.